Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'll show a video of how you can make this towel holder, and I tried a couple of methods and the last one was the one that worked out just fine. So let's jump right into the video. So here I'm just marking out guidelines that I'll use in order to use this carving disc to try to cut the groove on this piece of 1x6 that I cut down to, I think it's about 5 inches wide. This was the first time using these carving discs, so it cut me some grace. I wanted to use it as a test case to see how well they can do the carving. So that first attempt didn't go too bad, but the guidelines were too narrow, so I'm trying it again with a bit wider groove and see how that goes. But it looks like the first try was better than the second one because I got a good depth with that one. I'll put a link in the description to these discs in case you're interested in them. So my next option was to use a table saw, which I think will be a better option. I've seen someone use a sliding miter saw, which does work, but I think it's safer using the table saw just because in the process your hands or your fingers will be secured away from the blade. So the idea with this method is coming up with the correlation between the height of the table saw blade that will give you the depth or the groove that you want on the board in relation to how many cycles you would have to turn the hand wheel on the table saw. So if you know how many cycles you're going to make, that will give you the height that you need to get you the depth on the board. Then it becomes just a matter of raising the blade up slowly in increments as you move the board side to side in correspondence to the width of the groove that you're making on the board. So if you're making a half-inch groove or a quarter-inch groove, you make sure you just move the board from side to side, no further than that width that you're working towards. As you would notice, I attached a couple of scrap 2x4s on top of the piece of 1x material just to make sure my hands are safe from the blade. And then I'm just using the table saw fence as a support to help move the board across the blade from left to right to get the width of the groove cut out. And as you see there, I have a marble in the groove just at the depth that I would like it to be. From this point now is just cutting the final portion of the towel holder to the width that I would like it to be. And then I'll cut the piece that would serve as the divider between the top piece and the bottom piece. Once that is done, I just cut it down to the right length that I want it to be. This one was cut to 6.5 inches long, and then I trimmed off the extra edges, and I got a scrap piece of, this is a fence picket, a cedar fence picket from another project. I'm just using it as the middle piece that would serve as the opening to hang the towel through, so you would see it later on in the video, and that adds some character to it from the pine wood that I was using there, so it gives it a different shade. Off camera, I went ahead and fastened it all together using some wood glue and some brad nails from the back side of it, since that side will be attached against the wall, so you won't see the nails at the back. And as I showed you there earlier, I used some double-sided 3M wall fasteners to attach it to the wall. And then for just some added decoration to it, which you can personalize if you're giving it to somebody else or making it to sell, I just use the X tool there to not engrave, I scored the word blessed on the front of it just to add some character to it. And that's it. It's a nice functional piece to add to your bathroom or to the kitchen or even in your workshop. It takes a very, very minimal space, and it can serve as a piece of inspiration every now and again. So I hope this video gives you an idea and some inspiration to go and give this a try. Remember, all you need is just a little bit of faith and some DIY action to tackle any DIY project. I wish you the blessed and best, and as always, I hope you have a tangible experience of God's love today.